to have you back on Newsday. With the intensifying political climate ahead of next year's general election, those who are likely going to play a central role in it are leaving no stone unturned in the bid to gain an early upper ground. Now, the two major political parties in the land lead the way. However, those who seek to change the narrative and push for a new order themselves appear unrelenting, currently thrashing out the final details of what they call a third political force to serve as a launchpad for their aspirations. And of course, joining us now for an update on what this coalition is doing is Pascal Odibo, Convener Unlease Nigeria and member of the Big Ten Secretariats. Welcome to you. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
All right. Obviously, for the viewers out there, I would like your take on this issue of the third force coalition. What is it exactly, and how relevant is it to Nigeria's political scene?
For what is going on now, the third force represents the coalition of the willing. And here we mean a credible alternative. We believe very strongly that both the APC and the PDP are two fingers of the same leprous hand. And of course, you can see it in the manifestations as to when they jump in and jump out. And of course, you can tell how much of PDP is in APC and how much of APC is in PDP, depending on who is in power. Now, that quality and character of the practitioners needs to be, is a critical explanation of what the challenges we face as a nation. A politics that is devoid of philosophy, a politics that is based on the stomach infrastructure, a politics that does not have, even though they mount it, the people at heart. So the third force represents a coalition of people who think this is not the way to go. In fact, the word third force is giving them credence. In other words, you're trying to say first and the second force. They are the same. That's what we like to use more of is a credible alternative. And the big tent here is to create a house where all of these interests that say, you know what, Nigeria, we are more than what we are seeing now. You know, and it's all showing. You don't have power, you don't have lights, I mean, you don't have electricity, you don't have various things, alternatives to the power you can't even afford, you know. And we think very critically that the administration that is about to go away, they need to go away fast. And the Nigerians need to recover the society, recover the oomph, that which we are known for. So the big tent is presenting an opportunity for all and sundry, including the people that are in these PDP and APC, who feel that something has gone wrong because they know that this can take us far. You know, so the activity here is to create a platform upon which individuals and persons and corporates can come together and say, you know what, enough is enough. Civil society is involved, labor is involved, politicians are involved, fresh faces are involved. We think that whoever is going to lead this nation in 2023 must not be somebody who says, I want to. It must be somebody who will go to and say, please come and help. We think that the model that we've been using in the past, allowing individuals to come by themselves with their resources, to hold, almost like capture the state. So when they get power, you are not responsible, they are not responsible, they are not accountable, neither are they transparent to anybody. And they have a good reason to do so. We want to change that narrative. Everybody is tired. Now we want to make a difference.
Well, this is not my first time coming across this third political force. And promoters of it have asked this question, are you trying to form another political party? But those who have been asked have been quite evasive when it comes to answering that question. So are you actually trying to form another political party?
No, because of the timings that are involved, a lot of conversations are going on at different tiers of those who are putting together this third force form. but we at the Secretariat is trying to create a bulwark to be able to carry whatever comes out. There are a lot of political parties that are involved, and I believe very strongly that the right decision will be taken when we, in a very short, before the end of this month, I'm sure a great announcement will be made. But the most important thing is the ethos, the system, the people. Because there's no point setting up a structure that is not stable on ground. The brand, I'm a brand consultant, I can tell you, the brand is not the picture or the logo. It is the value it provides. So whenever you see that value, it triggers, when you see that brand, that logo, or whatever you call it, it reminds you of the value that logo goes with. So what we're trying to do is to build a system that everybody, a party of inclusion, where the women, the physically challenged, and everybody can be part of. This country deserves it. That's the point we're making. That is, the statistics we have, the United Nations is about by the year 2050, 2060, out of every 10 people, one person will be a black person. And if you interrogate it more, it's going to be in Nigeria. So Nigeria has a critical role to play in the emancipation of the black people, and besides, for the whole geopolitical dynamics around our region and the hemisphere. So it's important that we understand it. But the critical thing for us now is to get all the practitioners, all the interests in this thought force to be serious. And serious, what I mean by serious is this. This is not a time for grandstanding. The nation is bigger than any one person's ambition. We are coming to a place where each individual will come to the table and we will say, out of 10 of us here, we think you are the best to go for us.
Pascal, if I may comment, I'm sure Nigerians out there would like to know the composition of what the thought force is all about. I've been hearing some names like Kingsley Moghalu, Patu Tomi, as it were. So if you want to take a closer look at this, these are technocrats in their own fields, as it were. And at one point in time, they've been in the form of governors as well. But do you think Nigeria is ready for such people, technocrats, and as presidential material, as it were, away from career politicians? Are we politically mature to move away from that mindset? And earlier you also talked about credible alternative, as it were.
My mind is agitating as to how to answer your question, because a lot of answers are coming to my head. And look at it this way. I mean, you've tried this career politicians for so many years. Look at where we are. Look, is the former musician, is the musician that said,
But it goes both ways.
No, they do. Are you really serious that the conversation about do we or do we not look for an alternative?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just wondering, even if these guys have not. Look. I mean, I give you an instance. Somebody like Pastor Patu Tomi has been around since 1979. He will create the structure. He will create this thing. When these career politicians come, they will shove him aside. Somebody like Professor Kingsley Morgan, you've heard him. You've listened to him. You will be proud to have him as your president. There's no one that has listened to him that will not, have a tear drop inside of you.
But there's one thing
and
to
ask
listen.
Yourself, wouldn't it be nice?
Another to accept
so
it.
there are a lot of people that are like them. There are many, as they would say, there are legion that can sit down and agree, and we can set them on the right path and give them a template. The big tent is about coalition of the willing, getting people together, and then training our minds to understand that this is not a tea party. You're about to dislodge a people that have made politics their source of income. And now I speak to them, they should listen to me.
Who is going to dislodge them?
This thought force. They are small, they are mighty.
But won't you take it'll take the people to do that?
You will take the
Have
people.
you appealed to the people?
Are you telling me the people? And this question is very interesting. It's very interesting. Somebody comes out of the night. Throughout the night, there was no light. He wants to buy diesel. He buys it for 750 naira per diesel. He wants to fly. He's paying 50, 60,000 naira for 1,000 per an hour flight. And they want to bring a government, and he wants to bring the same old people. You might have therefore to put people through some psychiatric check. But I'm just wondering that there's absolute importance to begin to interrogate what is it that is influencing people to look at credible candidates and then tilt towards men that we are all aware are holding our commonwealth. There must be something that we need to be able to engage. And this is why it's collective, the media. You can become more Rise TV. You can become more in a more prosperous Nigeria with a focused and credible leadership that holds themselves accountable. You know, I was somewhere yesterday, and they were saying, oh, the people. I said, what do you want the people to do? Leadership has been weaponized, that people have been so oppressed. When you tell the people to defend their vote, what do you want them to do? To fight? To carry sticks? It's your job as a leader to make sure that the election is credible and it is fair and everybody finds himself on the table, on the clearing table.
Well, just how popular is, I mean, you've given us a very nice breakdown. I'm almost sold on the idea.
You should be sold on.
But just how acceptable has it been to the electorate? Because this is not, like I said, this is not the first time I'm hearing about the third force, but how much support do you have so far from the electorate? And timing also, because the elections hold
just around the corner
next year. So this solution that you're providing, if I want it now, how much time how fast can you make it happen?
I was going to think, you were going to ask me, okay, where do I get registered? Where do I become part of the top force?
It's all yours.
Now, the first thing is this. What the present scenario is working to our advantage. Very, very seriously. I mean, it has gotten to a head. I think Nigerians are suffering from some kind of collective hypnotism. and it's understandable. It's understandable. You've broken the people to a place where poverty has been weaponized. People just want to survive. So we understand that. But the spirit of the people can be broken. We never see and that's the challenge for us, to build a credible thought force, an alternative platform that people will say, you know what, this is where we are going. It will be a massive movement. Politicians will leave where they are and join because they themselves are tired. They know that in spite of their seeming wealth in this system, that they are not achieving their full potentials. So I just want to explain here further that this is not a personal, it's not an ego trip. This is a national assignment. Sometimes history of providence trusts us with certain responsibility, but the truth is that the people, when the beagle is clear, the people shall be ready.
All right, interesting development regarding all those issues, and of course, hopefully your thoughts will appeal to those who matter, and of course, help in changing the course of Nigeria's political history. Pascal Odibo, Convener Unlease Nigeria and member the Big Ten Secretariat. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.